And it has been depriving a lot of students from the other side that have a good grade. Won't this be a kind of policy substance, or would there be a conflict policy here?
All right, thank you very much. Would you like to answer that question, Dr.
Yes,
Benjamin?
but I didn't get what the last
The caller before the last one really mentioned the fact that those who are waiting results will not get admission. Having to look at all of those holistically to allow for those who are still awaiting results maybe to get admission after studying the brochure and all of those things, and not just being about generating revenue from the perspective of Jamb.
Okay, let me answer. Let me start from the last speaker,
Okay.
where he talked about quarter point and being surrender, and then some states less advantage. You see, we tend to miss a lot of things. This is a nation, and in nation building, we must carry everybody along. But merit in admission, education is very fundamental, and merit is a very key issue in admission. That explains why 45% as a chunk is given to merit. What that means is that if a nursing is in Sokoto and you have 45% of a particular program, let's say nursing has 100 slots, 45% of the slot is 45 candidates. And all the candidates that score high in that particular program comes from Ocean State. You must be there. And that is one of the roles, the functions, the regulatory framework that to ensure that we use Jamb to ensure that such a thing is done. If you look at our tables, the CAP platform, you will see that the 45% is even colored. What that means that this place is a no-go area. You must pick it. And that is why we say, look, in taking this examination, do with your best. So that if that university is not within your catchment area, and you are not from the educational level industry, that is just us. You compete for the 45%. And once you get there, it is blind. It doesn't know gender, it doesn't know tribe, religion, or whatever, or wherever you come from. You can be all Christians in a university in Sokoto, you can be all Muslims in a university in Suka, it does not matter. That is it. But so when you come to the disadvantage state, this thing is done everywhere. It is not only peculiar in Nigeria, we are also benefiting from it. If you go to the university, even Harvard today, if Harvard discover that nobody is coming from Nigeria, they will be curious, what is happening? They will come out. Some of them will even come looking for, making offers. If you listen to radio, you see some of this university making advertisements, you have study, you see scholarship. You see when they give you scholarship, they're not giving you because they just want to give because of God or because of anything. You see some of these nations say, free scholarship, Finland, they're giving scholarship to these universities, not because they just want to give you. They feel that for them to have a university, they have the universality of the institution. They need students across the globe. And that explains why when you begin to do ranking, you see that we're far behind. And we're coming up with the policy we call internationalization of admission. We want to also go out of our way to go to some of these nations and also bring these candidates. So that when you pick a University of Lagos, you have somebody from Finland, from UK, from US, and stuff like that. Imagine you have a university, let's say University of Lagos, and everybody is only from Lagos. You have a University of Ibadan, and all the people in that university are from University of Ibadan because people in Ibadan are the most intelligent people. There will be not this confusion of ideas. And we see that, okay, it's just a fraction of this percentage. Government, rather not Jamb, this is a federal government policy on admission that has always been there. Just said that, look, a certain fraction to be given to people that are lagging behind so that you can bring them up. And then, but that does not mean that these people will not make up. You must get the minimum. You must meet the minimum standard. Like University of Lagos now, there is a slot for the disadvantaged state, but you must score that 200. So I don't see anything worse. You must score the 200 that is defined, 200 marks for you to go to university. Even to University of Lagos, even if you are coming from Zamfara or you are coming from Ebonyi, as the case may be. So I don't see anything there about watering any standard or anything. Something that is a global practice everywhere. If Nigeria can go to UK today, I enjoy that as a Nigeria can go to US, I enjoy that. I don't know why our brothers are told me I should not also enjoy that kind of business. The university schools were also introduced for that kind of for us to bring students from all over the country. And people will tell you, university schools is now forgetting the purpose for which federal government has established the institution. The institution was established basically to bring Nigerians together from all across the federation of the state of the federation.
Okay.
So that is not an issue of watering standard or anything. And then to talk about revenue generation, we are not a revenue generation agency. But you see, in Nigeria, that is the problem we have. When people complain about corruption, they are only saying it with their mouth. When you come on board and you want to fight that system, the same people that complain about corruption are the ones that will insult you. So even we as a people, we don't want progress in this station. We don't want that change. We don't want to do things in a different way. Because the same people that will tell you this system is corrupt, when the regional came on board, the cost of home was 5,000 naira, which is the cheapest across all the countries across the globe. There is no examination body in the world that charge what we charge. In fact, when we wanted to have the international equivalent, because we have centers in UK, we have centers in Jeddah, we have centers in Ghana, we have centers across in so many countries across the world. And we needed a unit cost that would administer, would convert it into dollars so that others will pay. We couldn't really have the equivalent of what we are charging. But yet when the registrar said, he said that look, this operation, we can do this operation with X amount of money. And let's look at the process and see if we can further reduce this thing down. We did the operation and he remitted. The money he remitted was, look, I have collected this money, I have done this operation, and successfully, and I have this excess. It is not my money. I know many people would have prepared, okay, let's share this money, give to everybody, the board, give to this one. If the minister and the registrar were corrupt entities.
Okay, Dr. Fabian, we're very sorry. We're going to have to ask you to please round off a little because we're far past time now.
Yes, they could have this money, they could have taken it. And I know Nigeria will be clapping for them. But because they are returning it, it is not their money. They are not returning because it's a revenue generation agency. They are returning because they've had this operation correctly and they have excess. And because of that return, that is why the cost of phone was further reduced to 3,500 naira. Taking off 1,500 back to the candidate.
All right.
So I don't see any qualms about this issue of revenue and all this. So we are doing that, but we'll continue to innovate to see how we can make things better for even the candidates and then enhance the processes and all of that.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you very much for joining us. We have had with us the Head of Public Affairs and Protocol of Jamb, Dr. Fabian Benjamin. Thank you very much for being on the show with us today, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right, then we'll proceed on the commercial break. We still see the phone lines buzzing. We'll read the comments that we have so far right after the commercial break. Stay here.
Don't dare touch that dial. It's Splash, your integrity station.
Mindoto nila iso gwima te olun ko gbenu penu ko fason go posi ye ko jemi mo mu to me ye ko yo mu huti ngedoji o mu to national to ye ko akote ko so mu no be fason kula mesi me do ha vo fason to bo shonu da won lewe to mu to lo ma be so gasha to me afon do je ga to me ko jayi to asako atonu kulo ko to ja sanchiro ko to osun sha to me na do yo mu to we se ye ton bo mo do ase jere na igba wa gbado ko da o mu to lo forun tata hi ahoro du ko gbenu penu ko fason ko so akoto we se o mu to lo do je honu na gan ko nu ku wakodo jedidoji doda ometowele nadoyo mudologa kere didi akunede weso musido mule akotole losuga shonudo awonu towe bosoto aloklo to jeme ko adipo sipo do hunede weso wan vision corona ton si yi omudoto ebomla yeme dodo alotera ofason ogun mate holudupo gbenu penu ko ofason koko si yi onu lato ká ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́ṣẹ́ ní múníjàre ìṣẹ́ ká ṣeun tẹ́gbẹ́ǹṣe lásìkò ló lè mú ní pa ìtàn gidi nígbà tí orúkún bá rọ̀ kẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀ ilé oko fún àwọn àgbẹ̀ oníjẹ àmọ́dún má ti ń di kẹ̀búyẹ̀rì ìdí ni pé àwọn olókoòwò kéékèèké àti ńlá títí tó fi dé àwọn aládàáni àwọn náà fẹ́ dáko pẹ̀lú ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ òde òní lóòótọ́ ọ̀rẹ́ àgbẹ̀ tó mọ ohun tágbẹ̀ ń fẹ́ òun iléeṣẹ́ ABR fún àǹfààní yìí kó lè délé dóko ilẹ̀ àpèsè àti orílẹ̀ ìlúgùn 80,000 ní tẹ́lẹ̀ báyìí 40,000 lẹ́sàn kọ̀ọ̀kan bẹ́ẹ̀ náà sì ní ilẹ̀ alábàtà àti òṣìṣẹ́lẹ̀ ní orílẹ̀ tẹ́sí 100,000 naira ní báyìí 50,000 lẹ́sàn lórí plọ́ọ̀tì kan ọjọ́ kẹẹ̀ẹ́dógún oṣù kẹsàn-án làǹfààní yóò pin 39 NTA Road ọgbẹ́ Abẹ́òkúta 08033706236 08033706236. tí wọ́n bá lo ráyéwá nítorí pé o lówó lọ́wọ́ tí wọ́n bá ń pọ̀ ráyéwá nítorí dúkìá tó pọ̀ tó ní ọkàn ò tí ì balẹ̀ pọ̀ ráyéwá àlàáfíà lògùn ọrọ̀ ṣáájú ara rẹ o ìlera sílẹ̀ mí gígùn gbogbo àrùn tí ń ṣe ẹ̀dá láyé náà kọ́ láyé fi ń ṣe ni bí dọ̀tí bá pọ̀ lára tí gbogbo ẹ́ńjìnì tásẹ̀dá dá bá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ tó kọsẹ́ má fòyà tó bá ṣe bí ẹni rárá tára rẹ ò ṣe déédéé pinnu ló kan àyà ara rẹ o Ventolin cleanser ní kò sẹ́mu agbanugbàde fọgẹ̀dẹ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ ara dànù Ventolin jagunlabi panko pè ọ̀rẹ́ ara tọmọdé tàgbà tọkùnrin tóbìnrin ló lè lò ọ̀sọ́kùnrin sóbìnrin dòpépé Ventolin cleanser
atẹ́jẹsẹ̀ maradan bíi kóròsìn Benetton cleanser kìkìdé egbòogi tí ò lọ́tínú la fi ṣe ó ti wà káàkiri ilé ìtajà oògùn jákèjádò ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà a sì ń wá alágbàtà fún Benetton cleanser pé nọ́mbà kò demand 08034051533 08034051533 iléeṣẹ́ ẹ̀mí one naturalist care ló ṣe Benetton cleanser òun láyé tún lò.
ẹ wá gbọ́ bí mo ṣe wí ní káàtà lẹ́tọ̀ wá pa ìwé ọ̀sán properties ní ká lọ wọn kì í talẹ̀ kan fẹ́ni méjì ṣèyẹn lé ní wàhálà ọmọ nílẹ̀ ìyẹn ò sí lọ́dọ̀ wọn wò sùn bí máa wojú àwọn ti bí ìbẹ̀rù ọlọ́run náà fi ń tajà sí wọn ìwé lọ́nà òtítọ́ ọ̀nà àlàáfíà sípò kẹ́tẹ́lì mi ká lọ o. ká lọ bá àwọn dòwò pọ̀ díwé ọ̀sán properties nílùú Ẹ̀gbálé.
gbogbo ilẹ̀ Dìwé Homes and Properties ló gbàgbé tán àbí san díẹ̀díẹ̀ a wà ní 24 Nawarudin Road ládojúkọ Nawarudin High School Ìṣàbọ̀ Abẹ́òkúta 08161411190 tàbí 09125242235 Dìwé Homes and Properties ẹni mọ̀nà ni ẹjọ́ fi yín mọ̀nà.
bójúmọ́ tí ń mọ́lẹ̀dá tó gbọ́n ronú àti gbélé ayé pẹ̀lú rọ̀rùn ìdí abájọ gan nìyí tó lóye Ahmed Olúsànyà Ifá student agbémọ̀lẹ̀ gbogbo Ẹ̀gbá fi sọ́ di ọ̀ranyàn láti máa dá Ifá ọ̀sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ fáwọn ènìyàn ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn kọ́nà wa ó lè là kárí bá ti ṣe kárọ̀nà gbégbà ó yẹ tún jẹ́ ká farabalẹ̀ yọ tiwa nínú odò Ifá tó jáde lọ́sẹ̀ yìí ọ̀sá aláwùrẹ́ ọ̀sátúrá ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ̀rọ náà ti fágbà tó fi ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ rè ọ̀mùnú ekíkà ní tinú ìyá rẹ̀ ṣomi wáyé adíá fún orí ló mọ̀ ọmọ afàkàrà pilẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ ẹkùnrin gbogbo ni wọ́n ń sun bíi tóótó ibi wọ́n gbé ń lọ́lá lọ́wọ́ àkàrà orí mi kà mí mọ́ wọn o àkàrà ibi wọ́n gbé ń bímọ lémọ àkàrà orí mi kà mí mọ́ wọn àkàrà orí mi kà mí mọ́ wọn o àkàrà orí mi kà mí mọ́ wọn o àkàrà. bọ́rọ̀ lé ayé ẹni bá fẹ́ rújú dẹ́rù kòkè tó fẹ́ kọlẹ̀ ó tún níbi táwọn àgbà ń gbé kà ìgbésẹ̀ ló kàn fún àlàyé síwájú sí pé 070-6654-7726.
Don't dare touch that dial. It's Splash, your integrity station.
Panorama.
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 Panorama on Splash 106.7 FM. right, then. Thank you very much for staying with us. This is Panorama on Splash 106.7 FM, the Integrity Station. And of course, we're about to get started with the second half of the show. We're done and dusted with the issue of the day segment of the show. Right about now, we'll move to from the page, but we have some WhatsApp messages from the issue of the day. Let me get to them very shortly. Yeah, right. We have this one from Samson U. Joseph, and he says, "Beautiful morning, my people. My point this morning may sound odd and tribalistic to many people, but those who have third eye will understand." It says Jamb officials will give reasons why these cutoff marks are lowered, but they will not be aware of the hidden agendas. Moreover, Nigeria setting you obey the boss without questioning if you want to keep your job. For instance, there are 101 reasons given for Twitter ban, but those who have third eye knows there are hidden agendas. Now, cutoff marks are lowered and institutions in North are fixing achievable marks for the universities. Why our universities here are raising the mark and hiding under the umbrella high standard schools. Later, the guy who got admission with 160 will come and be executive secretary of the agencies where the guy from Unilag is. Let me stop here before I'm stoned, but I pray that we in this part of the country will wake up and realize that the deal is beyond degree. Tell me, what is the essence of having professors VP when the president's secondary school certificate is nowhere to be found? Also, remember that the VP is answerable to the president. It is well, he says. Also, we have this from, Abdul Fattah Babatune, who says, "Good morning, Benga and Dara." Well, I think Jamb wants everyone to go to school in order not to start constituting what's not right in the society. Like the Yorubas will say, or what's your bad deal? Right?
I'm so glad I did not read that comment.
I'm sure you'll have skipped it at the end of the day. I'll say, come and read it for me and all of these things. So we have this. For every high institution of learning to provide adequate CBT centers in their institutions that would serve as centers for candidates who have chosen their school. Jamb should not be more interested in generating revenue, as this distracts him from their primary function, which is regulation. Thank you very much, Tajudin, for sending that in. Those are the comments on WhatsApp that we have.
All right. We are now from the pages. We're in the segment that is from the pages. I have with me Punch newspaper.
I have here a host of different papers, and of course I read from the Tribune as well as Daily Trust.
Okay, top stories from the Punch this morning. 73 Zamfara students abduction. ACF fumes as governor tells residents to fight back. NICOM stops manual processes for insurance companies. Qatar 2020 Southgate eyes World Cup glory. Britain should assist Nigeria over horrific school abductions. World Cup qualifiers, Egypt beat Angola, Libya snatched late winner against Gabon. Security against Baralafin Olubadan from Lekon Salami Stadium inauguration. Ondo landlady held after tenant dies during scuffle over pot. APC upholds Abiodun loyalist Congress, ignores Amusun's group. Ekiti community protests as bandits kidnap couple, 2 others, and demand 10 million naira ransom. Remittances, Senate accuses NNPC, CBN, and others of unemployment.
All right, from the Tribune now, have a host of stories here. The first one here says, Rivers PDP ward suspends Secondus. Well, it looks as though the PDP is getting more interesting these days. Also, we have this, NLC threatens strike over electricity tariff increase. We also have this as well. IPOB has amassed substantial weapons, bombs, stockpile. This is coming from the presidency. We have this as well. Already mentioned the NLC threatening strike one. Buhari sacks a great power ministers. That is one that is also generating some sort of conversation at the moment. Bandits abduct 73 students in Zamfara, governor's hometown. That is another story as well. From Tribune, landlady kills tenant in Ondo. Many killed, injured as gunmen invade Kogi community. These are some of the stories that we have from the Tribune. We have this as well from the Punch. Norgay accuses governors of mismanaging local government system. Count me out of 2023 presidential race. According to the governor of Ondo State there, suspected kidnappers shoot DPO in Edo. We have this, which I already mentioned, but I'll reiterate again. 73 Zamfara students abduction. ACF fumes as governor tells residents to fight back. 28-year-old headsman in court over alleged kidnap in Ekiti. From the Tribune, domestic violence, sexual abuse, Lagos records over 10,000 cases in 2 years. Some will say this is alarming. And from the Tribune, Ogun, government records 90% IGR target for media. These are some of the other stories that I have here with me.
Also, we have from the Vanguard, MMA2 driver returns missing bag containing $20,000, checks and jewelry. From the Punch, Wire sacked agriculture, power ministers redeployed others. That's coming from Buhari. Vanguard, sacking Nanono, Mama, not enough to cover your failures, PDP tells Buhari. Also from the Vanguard, we expect better outcomes now, Lawan tells security agencies. From the Nation, don't set Nigeria ablaze with incendiary rhetoric, FG warns leaders. And from the Nigerian Tribune, customs seek power to collect excise duties from carbonated drink companies.
Okay, we have joining us for this segment Honorable Johnson Olu Fatoki. Thank you for joining us, sir, this morning.
Yeah,
For being here.
Good morning, Nigerians.
Good morning.
All right, let's start from, the PDP. The latest now, that's after all of the back and forth of court orders. There was one that emanated from a high court in Rivers State in Port Harcourt, to be specific, barring Secondos to parade from parading himself as the chairman of the PDP. And then there was also another, I don't want to call it a counter, well, that's more like it actually, a counter order from a Kebbi State High Court in Braden Kebbi that recognized Secondos as the chairman of the PDP. And then the day after, Calabar, another high court, barred Secondos from parading himself as the chairman of the PDP. Now, we're seeing a ward in River State that has suspended Secondos from the party. Where does this leave the PDP, looking at all of the crisis or alleged crisis, as some may put it, that they have? Some say that the party is intact, that the Secondos has a problem. I mean, how do you see all of these playing out for Secondos?
Thank you. Point out most of the so-called political party as a political association. PDP is a bit used to be very, very coordinated, disciplined. But maybe in the last 5-6 years, the use of court injunction surfaced, and that has actually bastardized the system in the PDP. It started with the late Buriji Kashamu, and that template, a lot of people are now using it. The unfortunate thing is that the judicial system in this nation needs to be serious overhauling. And if you look at today's one of today's press releases, there's the NUJ, Judicial Council, have even invited, they have summoned the 6 judges that gave this counter injunctions. So, by and large, my own personal prayer is that whatever we make this nation move forward, if it is reorganization, re-engineering of the political parties that is required, and it might even come through crisis, misunderstandings within the political party, if that will give us better results, so be it. So the fate of Secondos, from our personal view, PDP needs or require a better hand. PDP required a pragmatic, sincere individual to lead that party if actually they want to move the party forward. And by now, but you can say even at the time, the Secondos also allowed one of his deputy to share the ESCO meeting that happened maybe last week or so. Yes.
So convention we actually make correction, make some abnormalities that are presently experienced. The convention is coming up very soon, and that will be addressed.
Do you think this situation that Secondus is now embattling will weaken the PDP?
No, because Secondus is an individual. He has his people, but the party decision will be final. And when you talk of majority, minority might have their say, but majority have their way. So the leadership of the party will determine the direction, and the followership. Who the majority decides to be the national chairman will eventually become the national chairman.
All right.
We're looking at this story now. Buhari's sacking of the power ministers, agriculture and power ministers. He has said that this move was in a bid to reinvigorate his cabinet and consolidate legacy achievements. But the PDP now is saying that is not enough to thing he does. Or is this commendable on the part of Buhari?
Thank you. Let's leave the issue of the view of the PDP aside now. The sacking of the two ministers. Almost always when the minister are sacked, the presidency will even commend that they have done well, but just for one thing or the other, they have to go. But this time around, the president stated clearly that they were let go because they were not performing well. If that is the reason, I don't think one minister should remain in power. All of them should be sacked. But when you look at yardstick of measuring performance, what ministry, which section, which parastatals has performed in the last 4-5 years in this administration? At this administration, the present one came in 2015.
Yes.
2015 to date, do you want to say we have good roads? Do we have the right economy? Do we have job opportunities? Do we have power? Anyway, he has led with power. He said the power is not performing, so he has let him go. But when you talk of the roads network, are we having it? When you're talking of employment, is it there? We are talking of what's ministry? So if we want to use the yardstick of measuring, statistics of measuring performance, then all the ministers presently should go.
I've heard people come out to say that if the ministers or the SY ministers now, because that will be the right way to put it, of Agric and Power who were let go, why is the Minister of Communication and Digital Economy still in the cabinet?
The question, that's exactly the question. When you look at the bottom line, the in-depth reason, typical reason of sacking those two ministers, it might be political. One, they might have seen the sign that maybe these people are doing what they call anti-party, maybe having closing relationship with other political party or one or two of the political parties, and maybe they are also not showing the ambition of contesting. So I see it to be political. But if it is the issue of performance, then I don't know which minister you say is performing. And the issue of performance, there will be a standard, and there will be a provision of funds to perform. So if the sacked minister are allowed to express themselves, I'm sure a lot of things will be exposed. if you have a budget for you to perform, and the fund is not released to perform, how do you perform? So, but by and large, the bottom line, if actually the yardstick of sacking them is their non-performance, then there shouldn't be any minister in this cabinet. There should be all of them should be replaced. Because they are not performing to the expectation of Nigerians.
All right, then let's move on to another story. But you can also note the lines that we'll get to pay attention to very shortly. 0817-555-1067. That number doubles as a WhatsApp line that you can send us messages to. Also 0817-444-1067 as well as 0704 400-1067. There could be some sort of drama brewing between the federal government and the Nigeria Labour Congress. And this is not unconnected to electricity tariff increase. From what we have seen, it looks as though the NLC, they've warned on Wednesday that organized labor would have no option but to embark on a strike that is in connection to the federal government increasing electricity tariff. That if they do that, and a statement personally signed by the president of the union, Comrade Ayuba Waba, it described the reported proposed hike in electricity tariff as mere speculation, and he pointed out that the organized labor would deploy industrial mechanisms granted in the laws of the land for the defense of workers' rights. Would there be a hike in tariff of electricity? Because I recall that there was also a committee set up that constituted those from the government side, those from labor, to look at these issues. And if this news is anything to go by, and there is that hike in the tariff of electricity, should it also be taken seriously? Because I've heard a lot of people say they've lost confidence in the Nigeria Labour Congress.
Thank you. My serious concern, and I'm sure the concern of most Nigeria, is since the inception of this government, what service or products are provided to the people of Nigeria that has not, the price has not gone up? Which one? The fuel? The electricity tariff, the gas, the almost everything. And what the government promised us is, anyway, they mentioned change, but they never stated. Nigerians failed to ask questions: is it positive change or negative change? So Nigerians should be held responsible for that. All right. But when you also look into the NLC, do we have NLC again? I'm a unionist. When I was in employment, I was the president of the Senior Association. So I know what I'm talking about. In the days of Anthony Naharo, Dosumu, Oshamale also tried. There was unity of purpose. There was action. When they speak, when they cough, the whole nation listen to them. But by the time there's split, that was split in the NLC, where you have TUC, NLC, then the center cannot hold it again. No force. That is one factor. Another factor is most, not all, most of the so-called labor leaders are self-centered. Tell me the last 5 years, how many strike have they called out, and whatever the request they made, they were able to achieve before calling off the strike. They went on strike for personal gain. Once they settled behind, then they called off the strike. So I even believe, Nigerians believe more on the non-governmental organization like a Campaign for Democracy, and so on and so forth, human rights activists and so on, even more than the NLC. So to really move forward, we need somebody that will lead our people, that will really, somebody that is trusted, somebody that can really harness. But the question is, how do we fund? There are a lot of people can really lead, are ready to lead. The funding of demonstration or action is enormous. And this NLC have schedule the monthly they get returns from the salary of the workers. So they don't have that fund to really use. But are they using it? No. So the challenge is, my own question is, I've not really discover what the solution is. The body that's supposed to be responsible for protecting the interest of Nigerians, if the government is not doing well, is the NLC. But the NLC, are they there again? They are not there.
All right. Well, this story has just come up. It's breaking. Akeredolu charges.
I'm sorry if I may. Before we move on, I also think we should look at the justification for the tariff increase if it does happen. Recently, light has been fairly stable, really. I've heard a lot of people say they've had more hours of usage of electricity in recent time. And so if, you have an exemption?
You didn't even ask my opinion. I mean, I'm right here.
Okay, because I said most people that I've interfaced with actually.
Okay.
I mean, they've reported that they've had a better supply of electricity in recent days and recent weeks and months.
I think the way it goes is it comes and goes. There's a period of plenty and then there's a period of drought. That's how it has been for the past. I think we're now in the period where it's stable for a while, but how far it will go, we don't know.
Okay, so if that's the case, judging by these individuals, would the I want to believe the Gencos or the Discos, would they be justified to increase the tariff? Because I've also heard Nigerians say that they don't mind paying exorbitant fares so far it's stable.
But if the Disco, if they are providing electricity, if the power is stable, naturally Nigerians will pay more. What the Nigerians require is the prepaid meters.
Yes.
The more you consume, the more you pay. So increasing the tariff is not the question. If you are increasing the tariff and there's no corresponding increase in salaries of people, it is the salary, the minimum wage 30,000 naira is being eroded. So what are we talking about? Fuel from 72 naira when this government came in, it's now 162. 72 or 75 naira.
About
85.
85.
Yes.
It's now 162, and there's contemplation of even increasing it. Right? Gas of 12.5 kg of 1,800 naira is 6,000 naira now.
6,500.
6,005. Okay. Now, electricity has been increased about 3 times, if not 4. What are we talking about? Let the Disco provide prepaid meters. They are not even ready to they are not interested in providing it because there is more corruption in where you don't have prepaid meter than where you have it. So if we have prepaid meters and people consume more, they will naturally pay more. So increasing the tariff is not a question. It's also a solution to the problem. It's adding to the burden, the suffering of Nigerians.
Okay. All right. Okay, so yes, the story that's just breaking now, Akeredolu charges pharmacists to research more on Indian hemp. He has charged pharmacists in the country to conduct an in-depth research into the various uses of cannabis sativa for medicinal purposes. That is the clause. Now, this is what caught my interest. In Ogbese community in Ondo State, we can have a farm, and this is in quotes, in his quote, we can have a farm where NDLEA will be in charge. Nobody can take it out to smoke. From there, it goes to you for medicinal purposes. Who is going to, checkmate that nobody can actually do that?
Thank you. Personally, me, I support Akeredolu's position.
Okay.
And I will explain why. Nigeria's government imports tobacco. We produce tobacco. The only thing that there is adverts that will say tobacco skills don't take it, but they still allow it to come in. Because tobacco is not produced in Nigeria, it is foreign, and we are encouraging it here. Nigerian government will allow brandy, hot drinks to come into Nigeria. Our local Ogogoro, Nigeria will say, the Nigerian government will say it is illegal. Those that are producing it are almost always arrested. How are we encouraging inward integration? How are we encouraging manufacturing? Why can't we look into way to modify what we have, to re-engineer it, to develop it? Let us go into research and look at the benefits therein. Anything Nigeria has, apart from crude oil, almost always we say it is forbidden. But whatever comes in from overseas are good. That is not encouraging. India hemp is used for medicine. Almost all the medicine has some percentage of Indian hemp inside, most especially the antibiotics. So if we can, why can't we develop this? Use it for the to generate foreign exchange. We have rich surplus in Nigeria. Why can't we use it?
Isn't there?
What if we are talking of the implication that some people will spoke it?
Yes.
All right. If we have, if our security network is fantastic, if there's no corruption, if there is proper education, that can be addressed. Is there everybody that is taking in their harm? No. As Nigeria government forbid cocaine, and Nigeria is not taking cocaine, we have it that can be exported. Oh my God, I support the position of Akeredolu, because we should not dislike or forbidding what we have surplus in this country.
Okay.
You can imagine, why can't Nigerians or African decide to say, okay, well, anything that has to do with bad, we want to say white. Like Black Maria. Anything bad is black. Black Maria, black male. Why can't you change it to white Maria? White male. It is a grammar. We can decide that. Papa Awolowo said, boycott what is boycottable. So he changed his name, Jeremiah. Say, I'm no more Jeremiah. I'm Obafemi Awolowo. Nnamdi Azikiwe said, no, what's the Christian name I forgot it now. Say, I read that name. My name is Nnamdi Azikiwe. So why can't we look into promoting what we have and get what we want?
All right, you're listening to the Integrity Station. This is Splash 106.7 FM. We are on the segment of the program Panorama. This segment is called From the Pages. You can get to weigh in on any of the stories that we have read or that Honorable Johnson Olufatoki has spoken about some few moments ago. 0817-444-1067, 0704-400-1067, and 0817-555-1067. Those are the numbers that you can call.
I should let you know it's Benjamin. I just checked it out. Nnamdi Azikiwe. Benjamin.
And he said, I'm no more Benjamin. I'm Nnamdi Azikiwe.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, my name is PJ from Abeokuta.
Thank you for calling us. Go on, please.
Yes, on the issue of increasing tariffs, it's been done already. It started yesterday. So it's only for whoever is observant. So if there is anyone who has purchased electricity units, maybe on a prepaid meter or something last month, and now buys another one this month, starting from yesterday, you notice the difference. 2 naira has been added. So it has been increased per unit. 2 naira has been added per unit.
All right. Thank you very much for that info. He probably did, which is kind of sad news for me because I was just about to renew my unit. So
renew, regardless. I mean, I'm not sure there's anything you can do in that instance. We have another caller. Yes, we do.
Hello. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Good to hear you. Elijah, me talking. Go on.
Okay, thank you, sir. On the issue of the and the side, every time, I want the labor to know the certification. This government have problems in economy. You cannot subsidize both the electricity and the petrol anymore, my dear brother. Let the labor, what you need to, the labor needs to do is to fight for the, how to get a what to call a prepaid because to everybody. Everybody will continue to manage the regulated and anything you have regulated, you don't need to, the government has no answer to control it, to control the price. It's not possible. It's not possible. So that is why I want the labor to understand that. So what we need to do is to have the labor to allow the get the data. And the percentage in the government that have in the electricity is just too much. They don't have the money to spend on it. 150%. They still have 150%. They cannot fund it. That's the problem. They do damage. And that on that. On this India end, that's the analysis there. That is what we need to do. We cannot, what we get us, we need to develop it. We can manage, that is it. What the secret is giving us is simply that what they call the India is giving us. Let's continue to speak it. I don't know, sir. I don't want, sir. If you want to get a demand, you are not the Jamb man. What I'm saying is that when the Jamb is now, why can't the Jamb continue to say only those who have the result at hand that can do the Jamb exam? So that you only do this. So not that can hide it. You can hide it so that not get to that level. Not that can hide it. So thank you.
Thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you very much for talking to us and being a part of the conversation. 0704 400 1067 and 0817 444 1067. All right, let's take this call. Hello?
All right, that seems not to be connected at the moment. So we'll sort that out very shortly, but you can get a call.
Yes, we have a comment from Stephen Olumide Davis. Nigerians are prepared to pay whatever is deemed fair, not exorbitant, for supply of electricity. I believe that is targeted at you, Benga. You said Nigerians are willing to pay.
I'm not a spokesman. I mean, I said that based on what I've heard from some other Nigerians, and it's okay if you don't feel that way, and that's fine. Okay, I mean that's why it's a public discourse, really.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Olanima Sound is the name calling from Abeokuta.
Thank you for joining us,
Honorable Johnson Olufatoke, thanks for your resourcefulness. I'm calling from the Consumer Protection Advocacy Initiative, Abeokuta, and I want to back Honorable Fatoke up with this observation. You see, concerning the tariff increase of the electricity consumption, the fact that you bought a property presupposes that it is your way of enhancing that property for profitability. What will the assets and liability? It's not the job, the assignment of your consumer to pay extra in this instance. You saw some money, you saw some fund to enhance it. If you have increased electricity supply, your benefit in this instance is your rate of turnover, the number of people that now have to pay more. You don't say because you have increased supply, you now have to make people to pay extra on what they are consuming. That is an aberration. It doesn't follow any logic in business. You are a businessman. You are increasing your supply. People will pay you more for what they are consuming not that they will pay more rates in terms of increments in what they are supposed to pay. So whatever NEPA or whatever name they are calling themselves now are charging, it's not clear to the consumers. And I want to appreciate all concerned for listening to this discussion. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much,
very
Alani
much for being a
Marshall,
part
for
of the
talking to
show.
us. We still have the lines available for you to Wayne and also talk to us 0817 444 1067 0704 400 1067 and 0817 555 1067.
A comment here on Facebook. Wumi Adeleke Oloyede says, I also support this stance or proposal of the governor. Do you know how many marijuana or hemp products that come to this country daily? There's a product called CBS flying around and it is expensive. Ministry of Health, NAFDAC, Pharmacists Association, etc. should look into this. Thank you. Do we have comments on WhatsApp?
A lot of them actually.
Right.
So this one was I believe was sent in very late.
Okay.
But from the issue of the day. Beautiful morning to you. Please, I stand to be corrected. I guess the discussion this morning focuses on what the 5% of 45 marks is pushed out by Jamb as it implored tertiary institutions in Nigeria in a way to further enhance admission to tertiary institutions irrespective of tribe, religion, or race. That's not exactly what it was. It was low is also set. So basically that's what the conversation was on. We have this as well. A Beetle, I'm not going to mention the brand, and then you're buying
In the house.
Good morning.
My name is Paul Oni. I'm calling from Abeokuta.
All right.
Calling us Paul Oni. Go on,
Thank
please.
you, analysts in the house. It is glaringly clear that it's just the common man, the artisans, the business people that are sustaining this economy, and the federal government has they've messed up all the money that is accruing to the federal government, and now they are playing on the taxes. They want to tax the common man to death. That's what the way I see it, as far as I'm concerned. But as for the increment in electricity, let them give us the electricity now before increasing it. Like in my area, we are paying for darkness. As far as I'm concerned, why increase something you have not improved? If they give us 24 hours electricity, I don't care. They can make it 150 naira per unit, per whatever they are charging by. It's a shame. I continue to say it. I went to Ivory Coast in 1997, left there in the year 2000. By the time I got there, they had 10 years uninterrupted power supply. I had left there over 20 years. They still have uninterrupted power supply. What is wrong with Nigeria? And the resources that is available to them is not compared in any way to what Nigeria is getting left, right, and center, including tightening the news around the common man. So unfortunate. Somebody is in control. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You see what I was saying when I said that those who don't mind to pay exorbitant amount of money, so far they get the supply.
It might not be exorbitant to him. That's another thing you have
I said
to.
that those who don't mind. So we have more comments on Facebook. I'm sure you get to that very shortly, but you can still be a part of this by calling the lines. They are 0817 444 1067 0704 400 1067 and 0817 555 1067. Okay, well,
it's time for us to wrap up the show. For once, let us be on time. Where?
okay.
Yes, I think so.
Final comment on Facebook. I think we can take that. Salutary Timmy says, good morning. All the issue of security is the main thing we need to resolve. The kidnapping has become the hot cake business in Nigeria, and those bandits will keep engaging in the business. So far, the government grants them amnesty. May God help us all. All right, that's the size of the package. Let's thank Honorable Johnson for coming through this morning.
Thank you very much for being a part of the show with us today, sir.
Thank you very much. Service for humanity. We are all involved. We pray for better Nigeria.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Really, thank you. The show continues tomorrow with Uzo and Miriam. Join them for the show tomorrow. But in the meantime, of course, ensure to stick locked to this dial. I am Benga Fayon. Have a fantastic day.
Odera Otaru. Have a great day ahead.